Hello, my friends. Let's take a deep breath in and a big sigh. I'm letting my breathing come back to normal. Eyes opening. So happy to see you. Thank you for joining me. I'm just over my birthday. I celebrate my birthday for 2 weeks, a week before my birthday and a week after. So I'm just past that period the week after. And today I'm starting my period this session of 4 months of focused intention, 4 months of activating discipline. I want to thank people who gave me gifts. I got so many wonderful T-shirts from people. I got a bell. A lot of people know I collect bells. I got a bell for my birthday. Thank you to all those people who showed so much generosity. I'm so grateful. Now, this was one of the shirts that I was given. Ghost Dog is one of my favorite movies, and it stars Forrest Whitaker. He plays an assassin in the movie, but it's really based on the book The Hagakure by the Hagakure, the ancient guide of the samurai. And so it's one of my all-time favorite books, and it really gives great advice about living and about facing challenges in life. Excuse me. Now, one of the first lines in that book is, "The way of the warrior is found in inevitable death. The way of the warrior is found in inevitable death." It reminds me of the passage, "Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. O divine Father, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it's in giving that we receive, it's in parting that we are pardoned, and in dying to self that we're born to eternal life." The prayer of St. Francis, that last line, it's in dying to self that we are born into eternal life. The way of the warrior is found in inevitable death. And so what I would like to suggest to you is that the death we're looking to approach is the death of egocentricity. That the sense of identification that puts us in focus with something that is fragile, and discipline is the process. And so discipline is what we're going to be working with, or I'm going to be working with over this next 4 months. Now, in each of these 4 months, I'm going to do 3 6-week sessions. Now, in those 6-week sessions, I'm going to focus on 6 different categories in the midst of those first 6 weeks. Now, you can adapt this to yourself. This is about becoming a student without a teacher. And so we can adapt the means to work towards ourselves. You could pick just 3 things. You could even pick just one area and work to improve it gradually over this 4-month period, and starting with this first 6 weeks. So I want to share with you, because I've picked my areas, and again I want to read this to you. The Healing Runes by Ralph Bloom. Some questions that can help us clarify where we want to be. What part of my life has been the most difficult for me? What part of my life has been the most difficult for me? What do I do best? What or whom do I love the most? With whom do I still have unfinished business? With whom do I still have unfinished business? What area of my life still calls for completion? What area of my life still calls for completion? And so those can help sort of, activate our relationship to the areas that we might want to focus on. Being aware of our values, and over the course of these 4 months, I'm going to be sitting with you and kind of describing my process with you, at least to some degree. And I'm going to, kind of share what's going to happen for me as I'm going through it. Now, I've got my friend Lucas's hat. I don't really wear hats, but one of my closest friends who passed away a number of years ago, I'm going to put my elements in this hat that I'm going to work on. And so, I wrote a list of several different areas. The first one that came to my mind was procrastination. I want to improve my relationship to procrastination. Really not letting myself, kind of hide from things that I feel a little bit afraid to deal with or feel worried around. Another area that feels important to me is creativity. really putting energy out into putting out these videos. I want to do a lot of blogging, and I really intend to really begin to pull together. I have a couple of ideas for books I want to pull together. So focusing on that. Money management. This is another area that I really want to focus on. I think it's really important to understand that the areas we feel blocked are like walls that hold us in. And, they don't just exist. Walls don't just exist to keep you in. They also exist to keep the world out. And so in those areas that we feel blocked, where we feel blocked, it's not just about how we're being held back. It's also about how we're trying to stay safe. And so money management is one of the ways I've had a long-term blockage, and I want to shift that. Family is another area I really would like to put some energy towards. Improving my diet, I think that would also be in regards to fitness, but I already exercise consistently, but improving my diet, drinking a little bit less alcohol, things like that. Marketing. I always make the joke. I started a yoga class in the mid 90s with 8 people, and I've been able to build it all the way up to 6 people. And so that, it's a joke in that I have this relationship to being really good at what I do, but not being really interested in promoting it. The great writer Dorothea Brand called it the will to fail. How are you holding yourself back? I'm interested in getting over those humps. So that would be it. So, the last one I was thinking about is judgment. Judgment. And so, I got to pare it down to making sure that it's just 6. But judgment is another area. I've been feeling a lot of judgment recently, and I'm interested in interrupting that pattern, because I know that the more judgmental we become, the more wrong we are. And so I want to wake myself out of that pattern that I find myself becoming more and more stuck in, where I become judgmental of others. And so I've written these down. I'm going to make sure I only have 6. So I got marketing, creativity, money management, let's see, judgment. So we got 4 there. Diet and family. Those are going to be my 6. Now I'm going to fold them, and the reason I brought this hat out is I'm going to fold each of these and put them in Lucas's hat. It has meaning to me. I just really want to suggest that you create a process that has meaning to you. So I'm folding all those up, putting them in Lucas's hat. And I'm just going to mix it up. I'm in my breath, I'm breathing, and I'm open to being led. So the very first one is diet. And I'm going to tell you that was the one I actually want least to come up first. So diet is going to be the first area that I'm going to focus on. The second area I'm going to focus on is money management. Third area would be judgment. Now, if I was doing this in a way that I would have thought the way I wanted to go, judgment would have been at the top of the list. Creativity is going to be the 4th area that I'm going to be focused on. Marketing is the 5th, and family is the 6th area. Now, after I have gotten through the first 6 weeks, I'm going to mix these all up and pick out the hat again. But for right now, diet is going to be my first area that I'm going to be focused on. And I'm going to sit down today and write a plan. So at the end of the 4 months, I want to get a sense of what thriving looks like to me. And in each of those benchmarks, each of the first 6 weeks and then the second 6 weeks, I want to gradually build to improvement. Success to me is improvement. I want to improve my diet consistently. So today, I'm going to write a plan that focuses on diet. So I'm asking you to consider, what would you feel like you might want to work on? And if you are taking part, please let us know about it. Let us know about the areas that you would like to work with. Brainstorm solutions around that particular area, that first one, and write a plan out. Write a plan about how you want to build towards your success. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so very, very grateful for your time. I'm going to ring the bell. Listen carefully. The way of the warrior is found in inevitable death, and that comes with the discipline of letting go of the impulse to keep yourself stuck. I bring my hands into prayer position. I bow to you, my friend, and I know that you and I can support each other in being inspired. Namaste. Have a wonderful day today. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.